Welcome back, everybody. You are still tuned into the Now Morning Show right here on TTT. And of course, we are on Facebook Live on the Now Morning Show Facebook page. And good morning to all our viewers, our listeners, wherever you are in the world. Good morning or good afternoon or good evening to you. All right, so the Digicel Foundation has partnered with 24 special needs schools to provide some tablets, and they're really helping to keep students connected as e-learning continues to be the means by which school is done now in this so-called new normal. I am chatting this morning with Cindy-Ann Currency, who is the operations manager of the Digicel Trinidad and Tobago Foundation. I'm also chatting this morning with Alicia Lucien Batiste, who is the principal of the Russell Latipi High School. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being with us this morning. I'm very excited to chat about this initiative. So first, Cindy-Ann, tell us about the partnership between the Digicel Foundation and these schools.
Okay, so Carrie, first I would like to share it in June, when the Prime Minister first announced that schools would have to be closed. We reached out to our stakeholders in the special education sector and our principals, our parents, our teachers. We asked them, what can we do to ensure that learning continues if in fact the lockdown continues and you couldn't go back out to school.
Right.
And our principals and the teachers and parents guided us and said, well, we can actually do some learning at home, but these children need devices, and some teachers actually need devices. And so your opening comment about 24 special needs schools is where that started. So we launched our Connecting You program in June on the 26th, providing 1,095 tablets to 24 special needs schools in Trinidad and in Tobago, right? What has happened since then is a few of the schools we reached out to find out how things were going, following up with them to see what the progress has been. And they indicated that they needed a few more tablets for other children. Right. And then the minister, thankfully, did her call for Adopt a School, asking corporates to come on board to adopt more schools. Now, as you know, the foundation, we are more like the corporate champion for persons with special needs. So we reached out to all the other special needs schools, the government ones in particular, and we added 10 additional special needs schools to the 24 that we started with in June,
right.
Provided tablets for them, and then using the list that the ministry provided for Adopt a School, we started reaching out to mainstream schools to see what some of their needs were and to see if we can actually come on board and adopt a school. And Russell Latipi is actually one of the 33 schools that we will be providing support to in terms of providing devices and internet packages, etc., for their students and teachers to continue their learning in spite of COVID-19.
Well, I want to bring Alicia into the conversation, as you mentioned, the Russell Latipi School there. And Alicia, tell us about some of the basic needs that the school has, especially in this time now where e-learning is so necessary.
Hi, good morning, Carrie.
Good morning.
Is it Carrie?
Carrie, yes, that's right.
Carrie. Well, basically, in this environment, the main need at this point in time would be in terms of devices. A lot of our students, even though they are logged on, they are utilizing smartphones, and right. It's not the most ideal device to log on to virtual learning. All right, and then we still have a lot more of our students who are engaged in collection of offline packages.
Right.
All right, so at this junction, that is our basic need in terms of our students. As it relates to teachers, however, there isn't a teacher at the school who is in need of a device, because the ministry would have provided sufficient devices that those teachers who were in need can have a device. So there isn't a teacher at the school who does not have a device to access to engage in online learning.
That's
all right.
Fantastic.
So the challenge at this point in time is basically the students, moving them from smartphones to other more suitable devices for virtual learning.
And do you have any numbers on the number of students who would specifically need, these devices from the Digicel Foundation, or is it across the board?
Pardon, could you repeat that?
Do you have the number of students who would benefit from this donation of tablets, or is it across the board? Is it the entire student population of the school?
Well, it isn't the entire student population, but it's a large majority. All right, so it's about 150 plus students, basically. As I said, a lot of them have smartphones.
Right.
All right, so it's not as though they are not connected, but we know the challenges with smartphones.
Very true. And Cindy, I'm going back to you. How is the progress thus far?
Well, we had to do some work, a lot of work to get this prepared. Our tablets are now in Trinidad and Tobago. We've cleared it with customs. And this week, our team, we are going to start distributing the tablets to the different schools. Now, one good thing, I'm glad that you asked Miss Batiste about the number of children. Russell Latsby was one of the schools actually that had the largest number in terms of needed devices.
Right.
Right. And what we try to do when selecting the schools is that we look for schools that were located in either low income or at-risk areas. We looked at schools that were in rural communities. We looked at denominational schools, government schools. We tried to look at a range of schools throughout Trinidad and in Tobago, right? To supplement purchasing of the tablets, which I can tell you has been very expensive. We were able to partner and leverage our relationship with Digicel,
Right.
and they have given us almost 200 devices, laptops, refurbished devices, right? So again, in the process, we spent the last 3 or 4 weeks in the process of swapping out those laptops, cleaning them up, making sure that they are presentable, and all of that is going to be distributed this week to the 33 schools that we've identified to be part of our Adopt a School and Connecting You program.
Right. And were there any challenges from the foundation side?
Challenges getting the devices here on time. Again, as Miss mentioned, there are some students who have mobile phones, so they are connected, but then there are those who are not, and they're still receiving packages. And I think those are the students that we want to make sure that they don't get left behind. We understand that in the household that there may be some particular issues as well, but we are trying our best as a foundation to just come together and provide as much support. One of the other challenges I have to say to you is the number of requests we get persons asking us to come on board. And again, as I said, we're doing as much as we can outside of the 1,095 that we've already donated to the 24 special needs schools. This is an additional 620 tablets,
wow,
plus 200 laptops. So we have really, really aided the call of the Minister of Education to adopt a school to make sure that no child is left behind as part of our global mandate. And we are working as quickly as we can, in spite of the challenges and the limitations that we are being faced with.
Definitely. And with that, I want to thank you and wish you continued success with the wonderful work that you are doing. And I want to thank you as well, Alicia, for joining us this morning. We do have to stick a pin in it right here, but we will follow up to find out how the program is going with Digicel Foundation and the partnerships with all the schools. So I have been chatting this morning with Cindy Ann Currency, who is the operations manager of Digicel Trinidad and Tobago Foundation. I've also been chatting with Alicia Lucien Batiste, who's the principal of the Russell Latsby High School. And we were speaking about their wonderful initiative and the partnership there between the school and the foundation, and the work that they continue to do to ensure that many more students are able to connect and benefit from e-learning here in Trinidad and Tobago.